Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Today it's going to be something a little bit different. I figure since the decade is ending and we're going into 2020 that I would kind of do a decade in review of my art and kind of give like a glance at what my art used to look like, and what it looks like now, and to see how the progression and all that fun stuff. So yeah, let's get started. We're going to use horrible image viewer or photo viewer, whatever it changed to. Alright, so this is probably around 2010, 2011. I couldn't find anything confirmed to be that early as 2010 or as 2009. A lot of it is either missing or I don't know, it's gone. So even for my old like social media accounts, I couldn't find anything. So this is what we're going to start with. This is one of my characters, ISO, and at the time I was really proud of this. I liked her facial structure, I liked her overall look, I liked that I was able to do different expressions and stuff, and I liked her hair. It was like really fluffy but kind of crazy looking, but none of that is what she's going to be looking like now, ever again. She's way different. And the anatomy, it's not the greatest. It's really off, like her shoulders are way wider than her hips to the point where it looks like two different bodies, and that it wouldn't be, I guess, it's just the proportions are wrong on everything. But at the time I drew it, I was really happy. And then these just some other characters from the same storyline as her. I think this guy here looks fairly similar, or he hasn't changed too much, but she looks completely different. I didn't really know what kind of look I was going for with her yet. I like this expression, this is okay. I don't like these. Yeah. And then this scene, I think this is actually older by a year or so. We were supposed to make some characters in one of my classes, and I really like, skeletons and skulls and monsters and zombies and stuff, so I figured they'd be in a post-apocalyptic zombie world, and for whatever reason, everyone was going to be wearing like face paint or a skull mask or something. So I was kind of trying to figure out different looks for her, and I do like overall how she looks. I do like her fluffy pigtails. I don't know, I just had a huge thing for just making the hair look fluffy and full, and I don't know. I think it works out. Like here, it gives like some added character to her and design. And then another character we had to make, someone who would be in Despicable Me. And I tried to fit that. So like the unicorn and pose, very old. I did like the character design as a whole and who she was, so I kept that, but obviously the whole storyline that I potentially would have made for her is like gone, doesn't matter or exist. These are this is one of my like early Coral Painter drawings or paintings. I don't know what I was doing with this, to be honest. I really don't. It's just something. And this is that one character again. Her name is Gretel, by the way, like Hansel and Gretel, but there is no Hansel, it's just her. Oops. And then this is her pet vulture. I think I want to say I based off the condor, but I don't think I did. I think I based off a different type of vulture, but I don't remember off the top of my head. But I really like vultures. I think they're really cool. I thought it'd be really neat for her to have a vulture as a pet. And this is, let's see, I would say 2012. Yeah, 2012 seems about right. I started getting into anthro art more, and I had a lot of fun with it. It's been a long time since I've done it though, so I'm really out of practice. I don't think I was like super good at it at the time, but you know, whatever. Basically, this is like, you know, the shark cat thing. There's a cat dressed up like a shark on the internet somewhere, so I decided to play with that concept, and that bird looks like it has no feathers. I don't know what happened. This is just a random, like, not Viking, but just a warrior type lady. I liked this, I think just because it was something different that I don't usually do. And another anthro art piece. I like the character as a concept. She wears a mask. She's like a voodoo priestess type witch or whatever. She's like she's an albino kitty, you know, looking a little gnarly here with her tail. And I tried to get some sort of environment here going, but this is way too saturated. Back here it's okay. I don't know what happened here. I don't know what happened with this tree. This is way out of scale. Yeah, there's a lot wrong with it, but as a concept, I'm okay with it. And this was a project I did for myself when I had Illustrator back in the day. I wanted to take the male and female gender symbols and kind of do something different with them. And I personally really enjoyed it as a project to test out my graphic design skills and do something different with a symbol that I hadn't seen before. So you had like the fishing one, the steampunk, nature, angel, devil, music, kind of like a techie, cyber type thing, more space with the radar, and then like a goth style. I did one for the female as well, angel, nature flower, demon, space radar, techie one, music. I love this steampunk one, and I love this goth one. I made an alternative goth one as well. I don't like it as much though. I don't think I would ever do anything with these right now. If there's other symbols, I'd be more than happy to take those basic symbols and follow a theme like I have here. Another anthro piece. This is probably one of the few last Corel Painter ones that I did. So I don't know, something about this I really like. I don't know if it's just the simplicity of it. Actually, I guess looking at this now, color-wise, I used green here, green here, green here, and here. So color scheme-wise, I think I subconsciously did a good job. I mean, I liked the hair, I like the dress. That's about it. I don't know, I just really like this piece, even though this tail is awful, but whatever. These are just random outfit designs I did. A Star Trek inspired, some random wanderer, and like a space general type person outfit, yes. These were just some silhouettes I did for a contest on Game Career Guide, I think it was, where they wanted, I don't even remember what the theme of the contest was, but you had to make up a game design of the concept, and I won. I just wanted to kind of flesh out some visuals just to help me talk about it. Like, you had to do it in like a paragraph or two. It was really cool that I won it. Like, oh yay! So basically the concept was this main character gets infected with these nanobot type things. I'm not sure if I had meant them to be organic or not, but she has to take them to like their resting place so that they can grow and mature over time. They can't be like away from it or they'll die. But by like having a host, they can give that host like special abilities and stuff so that they can make sure that the host survives while taking them to their resting place. And the original host died and she became an involuntary host, but I wanted the game to really make it hard to get rid of these things because they would communicate with you. They would be like your companion the whole way through. And, you know, it's like getting rid of someone you were never going to be able to talk to again. Like, I wanted that kind of feeling for the game. The designed to be based off more like owls, I guess. Like, so her eyes are yellow and her hair isn't really hair, it's like a feathery type thing. Kind of like feathery fur. I guess that would be a better explanation. And these are just other types of aliens. These would be from her race. I think this would be more like her body type, and then enemies that would be trying to stop her. Another Anthropies. This is the witch cat. Punishing myself with the rocks. Honestly, I should have brightened this up because this is too bright compared to the rest of this. There should be more white in here, and the darks need to be pushed a little bit more, but I think that was a setting that I had with my image profile, or my color profile, that I don't know what I did. I screwed it up. That's fine. Yeah, I mean, I also would get rid of these black lines on her. There was really no need to have them. But I have like I'm not ready to let go of the black lines yet. And then if you know who Craddock is, the sup guy, I wanted to draw like my take on him because he was very expressive and I thought you could do a lot with a very simple design. So it was probably 13 to 14. This is also when I started getting this name in here. I hadn't like really solidified the Just Call Me Insane name yet. It was just like an idea still. And here I was practicing some values and just trying to only use like a black and grays to draw something and erase as very little as possible, and I'm actually really happy with how it turned out for what it is. It just has this really cool look to it. Another Anthropies. Excuse me. I think this is where I started definitely using Krita, and at least for final work before playing in it. And that would be, let's see, what is it, 2013, 2014? Yeah, that'd be about when I started doing this. So, I don't know what happened to the line work. I don't know if that's the image viewer being weird, but it's very possible I screwed it up. This is old. And then here are some pen sketches. With traditional sketching, I don't use pencil. It's really hard. It's not hard for me to use pencil. It's just I don't like relying on erasing every 5 seconds. I don't like something, so I always stick with pen. Anyway, so this is Jane, as you can see, and she's like a sci-fi character I made for this. I don't even remember. After Effects image thing, with complete failure of a project, but she was originally a human, and like she was in space, sci-fi type thing, and I didn't like that, so I wanted to make her an alien, which I think would really give an interesting perspective on how she views human culture and human history, and that's kind of the whole point of this, is sci-fi retro alien space stuff. She thought that was cool and tries to incorporate that into her actual uniform, which is where these antennas come from. So yeah, and this is supposed to be like an environment for her, like if she's gonna go visit somewhere to like do her job. It's like a swamp area, which I don't like this at all, but I was still learning and trying to get into it. I did try to make a character sheet for her. This is like awful. This is a really bad character sheet, really bad anatomy, really bad everything, but you know, it's old, it is what it is. And this is her only human friend, and really only human I cared to share in the world that she's in. So originally I found out, I had to go back and look, originally her name was Helen, but now I'm wondering if I should change it to Mari. I'm not set on either of the names. And I also don't know what her specialty is going to be. Jane is kind of more like hand combat and small weapons, and then I guess kind of investigation. And then I want her to be more either heavy weapons or pyrotech stuff. I think I'm going to lean more towards heavy weapons. And Jane is also kind of a mechanic. So Jane's really not like an offensive character. Like, it sounds weird. An offense character. She's more investigative and low-key, if that makes sense. And then her friend here and coworker and all that stuff, she's the one with the heavy guns, and she'll come in and really, you know, do what she needs to do. And I wanted her clothing and look to be more 90s inspired, but I don't know if I don't think that's gonna work out with her very well, just because I don't think I would be able to confidently portray that. I don't know, I'd have to really go back and study more of like the 90s not culture, but style choices and everything. But I wanted her stuff to be more vibrant. And then this is for a game project originally I was gonna be helping with. I don't remember how the hell. Oh, it's like somewhere on the Riot group. I met everybody and we were like, oh, let's make a game. And I was the only artist. Like, no, there was another artist, but he wasn't able to do anything. He got busy. So I got stuck with most of the work, which is totally fine with me. I had a blast doing this. And I was making weapon designs. The only problem was I had no idea what the hell was going on with this game. Nobody had anything set in stone, so I'm sitting here drawing away, making all these cool weapons, and I don't think any of it would have been used anyway. Because half of the team wanted it to be super hyper realistic, the other half wanted it to be like more fantasy type, and it's just like there was no meeting in the middle. So I just did my thing and called it a day. But I love all of these designs. I mean, let me actually zoom in here. Oh, jeez. I saved all these low-res images from when I posted them online. I couldn't find them on my hard drive. I don't think it's any better, but I have this really cool snake one. This weird not techie, but geometric shaped one. This is, I believe, Chinese inspired. With the dragon and the swirls here. And this was definitely in Krita. By this point, I was 100% Krita only. And let me tell you, Krita was really helpful with their grid in making these. That's why they look so pretty. These would have been like level 1 types right here. And then you could have, oh no, these were short bows and then these were long bows. And I thought about like, you start with a short bow, and then as you level up you get like the fancier ones. So like this one would turn into this one. I guess that was it. I don't know, I went crazy with the long bows, but yeah, and then it just disbanded on its own. And then these are two characters that would have been in like characters in the game. I think they're going to be weaponsmiths. Yeah, I like their designs. I think these were the only ones I actually had fun doing, because I just made them. I was like, here you go, do something with these people. Just put them in the story, I don't care. I mean, if you don't want them to be blacksmiths, that's fine, but here they are. And then later on, after that disbanded and trailed off and did nothing, I discovered Miraculous Ladybug, and I really like the show. I think I like it just like this fun, lighthearted show. It's not super serious. I like the character designs. They're fun and kind of crazy. And this is Cat Noir / Adrian. And looking back on this now, I try to like stick to the style of the show. But I don't like this, and I probably should have stuck with my own style. And I guess the hair isn't too bad looking back on it now, but it's, I don't know, I kind of struggle with that. And then I started getting into more studies and trying to, gain more skill with color and all that stuff. So I grabbed some really cool pictures. I smushed this together. So I wanted like a lava lamp leaking into the water, kind of like here, which I thought was neat. And then this is the actress who plays Vixen on Arrow. I don't know if Vixen's still around on Arrow. I haven't watched it in a couple of seasons, but I really liked the actress. I looked her up and I was like, well, I need to do a study, and so I did a study. I think for the most part I did okay. I think I could do a little bit better, but I tried. You know, it's practice. And this also isn't a very good picture of her. Like, it's really washed. Like, there's a lot of light on her, so it's washing her out. And just some pictures I took from when we went out west on a drive. And I figured I'd do some studies on rocks, because I don't know if I already said this, but I torture myself with rocks. And I think I did okay. I mean, it's not, you know, I think it's a good study. I didn't, you know, sit there and pay attention to every detail and every aspect of the rock. You know, I got the gist of it. It looks rocky enough, you know, without going in and putting every little line. So that was a pretty big challenge that I think I accomplished it. Of course, it's not perfect, but, you know, it's a study. It's not meant to be perfect. This one was a little harder because it was very flat here in terms of shading, but I got some detail in here and here, so. Another character of mine, just a quick sketch. I liked it. Maybe not so much now. I think this is too high. And this was like a contest entry for Dishonored, for something they had a while ago, and definitely a big learning experience, but I really hate it because the composition is bad. I don't like the lighting too much. I really rushed it. He takes a lot out from the picture, I think. I think if I finish this properly, it wouldn't be as bad. Like, I think maybe if I covered up his face, I don't know. It's just not great. I did try and take inspiration from old paintings, like how the lighting is so dramatic and it's like, oh, here's heaven and hell's back down here and stuff. And then this is supposed to also take place in like the other world with like the magic guy is. I don't remember. The Observer, I think? Is that what he's called? And then I tried to start a comic at one point. I think this is probably around 2016. I have a couple pages already set up. I'd really like to go back and redo it though. I don't know if I'd do it in color. Kind of like the black and white aspect. I don't know. Yeah, it's basically about like my persona, Missy here. Like just how she started and all this fun stuff, where those little blobs came from. I really should finish it because it would make a lot more sense of why I always draw her with these 4 little color blobs. But you know, that's just, I don't know. We'll see. An updated look for Latimer. At the time I drew this, I didn't like it. I think he looks way too old here, but it's not as bad as I remember when I first started drawing it. So I guess that's good. More detail in the eyes. I wanted his eyes to always have this downward... I don't even know how to describe it. Basically, my inspiration for that was, I think it was the Greeks. They always made their eyes look not sad, but slant downward. And that was the whole look of... I don't remember. It had some meaning behind it. And I thought it was cool. I thought I'd try to incorporate that here. So, yeah. His eyes will always look kind of sad. It's kind of what I was going for. And then here was a redesign of a really old drawing I had. I'm sorry for the gray background. I don't know why I kept it for so long. I don't even know why I didn't watermark my stuff. But I didn't, so it's cool. Basically I was trying to redesign her, do different hairstyles here. It doesn't even matter because I put a hood on her. I don't know what I was thinking. But she's a witch and she likes technology, so she has a gun that goes into her arm to shoot out like magic whatevers. This is her room, but I wanted it to be a metal broom, so then she has magnetic boots that she could walk on it so she would never fall off. Yeah. Oh, here we go. So she has blood cartridges, but if she needs stuff in emergency, she can take it straight from her arm. Cool, right? Cool. And I liked this. Her foot's backwards, but the arm has feathers, like her hand's turning into something else already. It's like this weird demon bird. I like it. I thought it was cool. Probably revisit that. Do something else with her. Oh yeah, you can see my logo. I don't know if this has already shown up already. This is probably still 2016 around there. And this is when I started doing YouTube videos. Definitely in Krita. I am 100% Krita for sure at this point. I think I was still flip-flopping between Krita and Corel Painter. But after a while, there was no point in using Painter anymore. So this is Nanette. This is her updated look. And this is Jane, a newer look. Not newer look, but just... my skill level is a little bit higher than what used to be. And then this is her friend. With the slurping. Oh, she thinks that's how you're supposed to drink these drinks. Because she saw a lot of humans drinking it like that, making that slurping noise, even though that's not technically the right way. She finds it fun and amusing, but it annoys the heck out of her. Yeah. And some more Miraculous Ladybug fan art. And her hand is way too small here. Like, I don't know what happened. I don't know. This was for a Huion drawing contest. And I really failed on this because I got wrapped up trying to incorporate some 3D stuff in it. And really, I shouldn't have done that. And I don't know. This is just bad. I don't know why I just keep picking rocks for everything. Whenever there's a contest or something, I'm like, you know what? Let's do some rocks. We love rocks in this. This is a household of rocks. Like, I don't know why. I don't know why I keep doing this to myself. I think I'm just afraid of foliage as well. I don't know what I was thinking. Yeah. But it is what it is. Here's a pinup drawing. This should be safe for, whatever. This is my channel. If you don't like it, you don't have to look at it. And then around here is Draw Summer. And this is probably 2017 by this point. It was a contest hosted by Wacom on CG Society, so I figured, yeah, I'll do it. Fortunately, to make a finished drawing every day, for 30 days, or 24 days, whatever it was, you need to not be doing anything for 8 hours of the day, which I did not have, so this is what I did. I did some sketches and all that. This is Mari/Helen, I don't know what her name's going to be still, getting a gift from Jane. And the whole concept was she's getting it like a really big weapon. The wrapping paper would probably not be so perfect for a big weapon, but whatever. And then I think what received the most feedback was I did like a little mini storyboard. There were prompts with the challenge, and one was called Jingle, so I figured I'd make a storyboard. I mean, no one else did that, so why not do it, right? Because, again, I like to torture myself. I stupidly did 7 pages in a day. I don't recommend that. That's ridiculous. So I made it. Basically, she loses her cat. It pans into this to see the kitty. And she's sad about it, And then all of a sudden, we look up at the window and this flyer appears that you see here. This flyer appears on the window, like it hits the window, gets her attention, and then the little girl thinks it's a sign that, oh, the flyer is going to show her where her cat is. So she gets dressed in her snow gear, runs outside, loses it, then finds the drawing, Honestly, I should have had like her looking both ways here, and then she sees where it is. That's the one thing that really bugs me about this page. Ugh. So she runs to it and it flies off some more. So she continues to chase it. And then it goes off into the sky and she can no longer get it. And she's left alone. And she now has like no hope finding her cat, which is sad. But then like a little snowflake right here, like starts to come down, it starts to snow. She's like, okay, well, I gotta go home now. But then as she's going home, she hears the jingle, and it's the cat behind the bush, and it's a happy ending, yada yada. It's like, oh, that's so cute. And then everyone's like, oh, you should make this an actual animation. And I'm like, I already killed myself making this. So how about no? Maybe one day. And then here's Gretel again, trying to make her look a little younger. And this is supposed to be like her friend / love interest maybe. He's named Pine because his mother loves nature and she loved pine trees, and I forgot why Pine specifically was his name. Yeah. And this is still 2017. No, I think this is around 2018. Whenever Aggretsuko came out. I love this show. It's so awesome. I'm probably gonna get flagged or something now because I said the name, but I mean, the attention to detail, like, she has a different computer than everybody else. Like, she really gets set apart from everyone. Like, she's split. She is really seen as different, as, you know, not really part, or with everything with this character, she's not supposed to be like everyone else. You know, and the only two people that accept her for who she is are Gori-chan and the secretary. Bird. Forgot her name. Gori-chan is my favorite. And he's like kind of in between that. But yeah, I don't know. I just thought it was cool. This is mermaid time. I really like this challenge. I really didn't think I would like it as much as I did. I'm like, oh, I'll just draw mermaids. You know, I'll really challenge myself. I'll really push myself to do something different. And I really liked it, like way more than I ever thought I would. So, guess who likes drawing mermaids now? It's me, if you haven't noticed by now. On her, like, for her top, she has bigger eyes, sharper teeth. She has the dots here to kind of glow in the dark, like bioluminescence. There we go. Oh my god, I remembered the word. It's bioluminescence. And then this is more like octopus type character. I don't know if I'd consider them mermaids. I would consider mermaids with more of the fishtail. And then I don't know what they would be called. I have to think of something different. And then I really like this one because I want to do like a warrior type thing. I mean the fins have no detail like at all on them. But I like the idea of having scale armor, a fish skull as a helmet, you know. She has shorter fins so they don't weigh her down. And then I'll have to block this off. This is that same character that I showed you a sketch of first. And she wound up becoming a main character in a story of mine called Slendra's Song, which you can find on my website. And I really enjoyed drawing her. I guess she'd be more from like the coral reefs based on her coloration. And like her hair is more sea green. She has like a sunburned type look to her, to what would she be looking up at the most, and it gets more to pink as in sea green and whatever as you move down. And I really like the coloration and kind of trying to camouflage here with the spots on her arms and face. And then after that I got really busy with this little thing here because I can't sit and draw for hours at a time when you have this running around. I got her at the very end of Mermaid, so the next few months was really sporadic at art. I don't regret it. She is the best thing ever. Look at her. Just look at her face. This is how she slept for the longest time as a kitten. I don't understand how this is comfortable, but this is what she did. This is how she slept. Look at her. She is like 10 times the size of this now. Like, she can't do this. she would literally be hanging off. If she were to sit here and lean down, her paws would almost be touching. She's a big cat. Big. Beautiful though. Look at that little nose. And October came around, so I tried to do Inktober again, and there was a lot going on. I didn't have time to do it, but I did like the sketch, thought it was pretty cool. And I am a 3D artist, believe it or not. Sometimes it's hard to tell. I don't really share it that often, and I really want to get back into it, so I did some sculpting based on a design from Creature Box, who do a lot of the main design work on Ratchet & Clank, which I love everything about those games. They're just like this really fun sci-fi, alien, crazy games that they don't take themselves super seriously. They're really fun to play. I mean, it's a game. It's supposed to be fun, but it's also challenging. You know, it's I don't know, but I love Creature Box. Like, their stuff is just so inspirational to me, and I really like this design. It reminds me of like an aquatic creature and a shark, so there he is. Needs some work in terms of like, it looks too flat here, and it looks too flat here. Like, you can tell this is painted, and I'm gonna have to figure out a way to add some texture and stuff into that. And another mermaid illustration. So these two obviously look different than the other mermaid I did for Solyndra. They don't have gills, so I would assume that they'd be more closer to human life more often, and probably have more human genes in them, so they don't have gills anymore, but they can still breathe underwater. Maybe they have to come up for air more often. She's based on a betta fish, hence the short tail. I don't remember what type of fish I based her off of, but she has a longer tail, which makes it heavier and harder to swim long distances or fast. She can swim pretty fast, but she can't. So she'd probably be more along the human side of things in terms of so much mixed genes and whatever. And then this has got to be 2018 for sure. So in Spidersona, I made up like a character who's either deaf or mute. I'm not sure, but she does a lot of sign language, so I thought that'd be cool as a character for her. She's more stealth than anything, more observant. I like the eyes. Yeah, I like this pose. And then just some random character art that I turned into stickers and keychains. I really like this design and her. It's like a unicorn centaur. So if you like them, they are available as stickers and keychains in my Etsy shop as well. Another mermaid type sketch. I decided to see or explore the idea of this type of mermaid either being really ancient or so secluded that the sea life kind of takes over. And sea turtles, you have barnacles and stuff on their shells sometimes, and they sometimes have to remove them if they can to help them survive. Because they're underwater so much, and I guess that's what happens, is the barnacle will attach itself and grow out of the shell. And I thought, what if that happened to a mermaid? Or something like a mermaid, and they eventually can no longer see, they lose sight, it's all over them, and the more they have, the older they are type thing. I don't recall if it's painful for the turtles or not. I kind of don't want to go back and find out, because then I'll feel bad that I did this. But I guess if it's already taking over her eyes, I mean, I guess it's already painful. I don't know. And then, I will not even try and explain this. Nope. And these were just some sketches I did of my little maggot. The trash can that I wanted to turn into like an actual planter pot. I started doing this in 3D. However, I'm going to redo it from scratch because I tried to reuse something that I already made. The only problem is the maggot that I already made was not made properly, so it's too high poly for me to really work with without, you know, having to go back and rework it. So I'm going to start over from scratch and make them really cute like this again. Probably with this design, and I guess I can do this design and put water in here and you can just puke it out. That'd be cool, right? I really love this piece. It's a little fishy. He's a celestial goldfish. That's what they're called because of this appearance around their eyes. It's very colorful. It's like a space type appearance, right? You got little stars type thing. And I saw a fish store post not art, but a photo of a fish that kind of looked like this, and I thought it looked really funny, especially because he had bubbly eyes. So I just really exaggerated that expression of the fish, and it looked like he had seen some shit, man. Like, I don't know what it is, but he has seen something, okay? This isn't, I did go back and rework the leaves back here a little bit, but this is definitely my favorite piece this year. I just love this little face. If you follow me on YouTube, which I hope you do by now, but if you don't already know, I have a Draw With Me or Let's Make a Character Together series that's going on, and I made some cute little mini snake little things to I'm trying to think of the word, express my ideas, and one was like reading a book. I thought that was really cool. I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna make that in 3D, and this is one of the work in progress shots for it. I'm probably just gonna hurry up and finish that up as a quick little 3D sketch and not do anything crazy with it. I still like it. And I did like this too. It's like my first convention. I made some fruits basket prints, and I just like the texture here. They try to make like a texture watercolor look. And watercolor brushes in Krita are actually really nice. Like, I tried all the different ones to make this. I only have one of these left in my shop. If you want to go buy it before someone else does, that's cool. If not, that's fine. And then Sculptober, this is definitely 2018 still. Wait, did I mix this up? This is 2019. What the hell did I do? This is 2018. I don't know what happened, but anyway. So I was trying to practice some anatomy and get my sculpting back up to snuff, I guess. And I had some art reference pictures, so I decided to use one of the models who I like her look. Like, she just has an interesting face. Like, this is her face. So, I don't know, I'm kind of happy with how it turned out. It still needs some work here. Like, I don't think her cheeks are that sunken in. And then this probably needs to go back more. But overall, I was happy with it. And then this is the earliest drawing I could find that I didn't have to go digging for. This is from 2006 maybe. And yeah, this is the original concept I had for the space witch thing. Yeah, the scan doesn't really work very well for this. I know I made her skin darker, but high school me didn't know how to work the scanner properly, so it is what it is. Or I went back and yeah, obviously I was into anime back then, and that's why she looks more anime-ish, kind of, with the pink hair and the weird spiky hairstyle. I don't know. I don't have any idea what I was thinking with how she looked. I thought it would be cool. I don't think it's so cool now. That's what I did. And that is an hour of me talking about my art. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Hopefully this video was still interesting. It's been a good decade, it's been a good year. I had a lot of personal growth in terms of my art and getting my shit together. I've been trying out a lot of new stuff. Hopefully I can continue with some 3D work and more illustrations. I hope to keep going. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already, and if you have any accomplishments that you want to share, definitely do it. Next 2020 is a brand new year to continue whatever you couldn't finish this year or decade, and take it a little bit at a time. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one.